We're so lucky to have great outdoor spaces, but not all of them are accessible for people of different abilities.
Yeah, I spoke with one man, a local attorney actually, who called the city about some changes to a local trail that were being made, called the city out really, but the city says they're happy he did. It's a story that's absolutely Colorado.
This is how you power it with cranks. It's all arm driven.
For an outsider,
And then just pop over.
every second watching a hand cycle looks like an uphill climb.
That's the hardest part of doing this, no doubt about it.
But if you know Drew Wills, you know
Have a great day.
he's always looking up anyway.
I'm in here on average at least 5 days a week in the mornings.
Drew's happy place lies off-road. Only his wheels may look a little different than what you've likely seen on the trails.
And it's the equivalent of a mountain bike for people who can't use their legs.
Drew has been a paraplegic athlete since a ski injury paralyzed him from the waist down 15 years ago. He competes in races. He was the first to hand cycle the Pikes Peak cycling hill climb. Stratton Open Space is his training ground. But recently, there was a new hurdle blocking his path.
Drew reached out to me last spring.
Renovations had made some sections of the trail inaccessible by hand cycle.
There was a few locations where the trail needed to be a little bit wider to accommodate the front axle of his hand cycle.
Dan Allen called back his Colorado Springs Parks and Recs crew and got to work reconstructing their newly renovated trail.
So when this trail was first under renovation, there's no way people like Drew could get through this turn. It was way too narrow. Now, because of the reconstruction, piece of cake.
This was refreshing, and I've got to give credit where credit's due. They responded immediately. I've been riding it ever since and enjoying it just about every day.
Always looking for a better path.
Exceptional, outstanding, amazing.
Drew's wife, Jeannie, isn't surprised to see her husband conquer another obstacle.
And he does more with what he has than most people do with all that they have.
After all, Drew embraces his hands-on approach.
And if it's something that you really want to do, you'll just find a way to do it. You may have to do it differently if you're disabled, but you can still do it.
Josh Helmuth, News Channel 13.
Trying to enjoy this beautiful surrounding that we have here in Colorado Springs.
Stratton Open Space.
Absolutely Colorado is a partnership between KRDO and Gold Hill Mesa.
Great story, Josh. We really do have an amazing outdoors here, but not everyone can use it if there are certain restrictions.
That's right, and sometimes a lot of us don't think about, well, what about, is this trail, is it wide enough for hand cyclists?
Right.
So the city's actually happy that he called them out.
Definitely. Hopefully this brings more awareness too to folks when they're out and about.
Of course.